talking. How are you guys today? Did you like the weather? All right. Today in the news, Cats Magazine has named Mr. Bigglesworth, the kitty from Austin Powers, as their cat of the year. In a related story, the Royal Purple has named our regular host, Dave Host, as their pussy of the year. And as we can all imagine, jokes about President Clinton were up 111% on late-night talk shows ever since the Monica Lewinsky scandal began. Here on Late Night in Whitewater, we would never take a swipe at our commander-in-chief. However, we will rip apart our dorky regular host, Dave Host. Here, we've broken down the number of jokes Dave has successfully pulled off. Well, he dropped his pants 10 times, mooned celebrities twice, pulled off 1.5 Irish jokes, had 2.5 lap dances, 1 dick joke, that would be Andy Dick, and made 1 3/4 jokes about back alley abortions, and has missed 75% of his punchlines. For those of you, thanks. And for those of you who consider kissing mom second base, this story's just up your alley. Yahoo, the internet search engine, has unveiled a new page called StarWars.com. It will showcase 26 different categories of let me start over. Okay. 26 different categories of Star Wars webpage. Included in the categories are Episode 1, Episode 2, Wookiee sex, and the time Xena's breast popped out at the hockey game. That's okay, the first time I read, I didn't get that joke either. Anyway, we have a lot of great guests tonight. Paula Wilson, who's running for City Council, 2 people from the play Reversal, 2 guys from the show Raw on WSUW, and our musical talent is Room 101. And we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Over there.
I know, I feel...
Yeah, all right!
Yeah, you too. You did a good job, Amy. Very nice monologue. Very professional.
I got all my punchlines.
You got all your punchlines. And what's with the Royal Purple naming me the Pussy of the Year?
I think it's just too fitting. They couldn't help themselves.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Who was my competition? It wasn't a unanimous vote.
Yeah,
figures.
Well, so did you go outside today?
Did I go outside today? It was beautiful out today. And for all the women of Whitewater, I'm not saying this to be sexist, but please keep it up. You had a great spring break, obviously. You're tan. You look wonderful. Keep it up, and us guys are very happy. Amen. That's all I want to say.
Too bad you're not going to get any of those women, huh, Dave?
What's that?
Said too bad you're not going to get any of those
Probably
women?
not. I'm not saying that to be a sexist.
All right, anyway, Gordy.
Hey.
How
Hi,
are
Gordy.
you doing?
I'm fine.
Gordy's playing the bass today, keeping us all, like, hyped up and in tune. Those shorts. Those are great shorts, Gordy.
Yeah,
Is this the first time you wore shorts this year?
pretty much. Outside, that is.
Outside, yeah. The first time I wore shorts today, too.
Yeah.
You wearing
But
shorts
I'm not
today?
wearing shorts now.
No. Yeah, this is, I think Gordy and I are doing this for the whole post-spring break thing. You know, just trying to dress down for the show a little bit, because it was so nice out.
It was.
It was very nice out, yeah.
And our floor director,
Yeah.
the man, who's also wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Aloha.
Hi, John.
Come on, you want to lay me?
How you doing?
Hey, John.
Hawaiian shirt going today.
Okay.
Why? Yes, you can clap for me. I'm not allowed to wear white shirts anymore.
Hence the gray.
So, John, how come Dave got laid and you didn't.
Yes, Tiger.
Because I have morals.
So do I.
No, wait, no.
John Steiger!
Actually, that's a lie. It's because I can't get laid.
I'm sorry. Well, I think that leaves us,
Please
I
stop
think we should
talking.
bring out our first guest.
I say we should
then.
bring out our first guest.
Yeah.
I'm excited about our first guest.
Our first guest is Paula Wilson, and she is running for, what is it, City
Council here in Whitewater.
Yeah. So why don't we bring her out?
Paula Wilson! Boy, this is weird, Amy. I'm not used to, how do you do this? I'll figure it
I
out.
don't know, you'll figure it out. You're a
right.
big boy.
Well,
Hi, Paula. How's
Hi.
it going? Good. So you're running for City Council.
Yes.
In what position are you running?
I'm running for an at-large position, meaning I would represent everybody in the city, the students, the people in town, everyone.
Oh.
I got it.
Are you a student here on campus?
Yeah, I'm a grad student. I graduated last May with a bachelor's in political science.
Oh, so that's pretty cool. So why did you decide to run?
The first reason, and kind of the main reason, is there are currently no students on the city council. There typically has been. Many of you might know Luke Rollins. That name might sound familiar to you. And when there's no students, you don't get your voice heard. And often when
And they raised parking for us. And
Yeah.
Right. The first place they stick it to can be the students. So, and I don't think that's fair.
Do they do that? Who decides to raise the parking? Is it the city of Whitewater or
Yes.
is it the campus?
Well, it's the city of Whitewater for the city parking. And they're also the ones that raise the municipal fines for, drinking tickets, noise violations, that kind of thing.
So,
And
yeah.
you're all like, oh, never mind, I'm not going to go there. I'm sorry.
So what made you decide to, run for student council? Why'd you get into this?
For city council, like I said, you need student representation. I also think that I could be a good leader and a good tie between the university. I don't know if you've ever talked to people in town, but it's always kind of an us versus them mentality. And
Very
I
much
think,
so.
I think I can help that quite a bit.
Are we stereotyped? The students of Whitewater, does the city council, feel, they're just dumb college kids? I'm not speaking this in a bad way about them, but you know how a lot of adults feel that way. They look at us as, well, whatever we pass, they'll just have to deal with it, and they don't have any say in it at all.
Pretty much. There are a lot of stereotypes that are out there. If the students don't vote in this election, I won't win. That's pretty much what it
What about
comes
the senior
down to.
citizens?
Well, the senior citizens are a good block, but I think there are a lot of people in town who don't care if there's a student or not. It doesn't matter to them. So if the students don't vote, you're not going to get a student on the council.
How many people normally vote in these? Like, what's an average turnout?
A couple hundred.
That's it?
That's it.
Really?
That's it.
So do you belong to any specific party at all, or?
This is a nonpartisan election, meaning you don't choose a party, you just run as a candidate.
Oh, so you're not Democrat or Republican?
Not in this election, no.
Okay. And who are you running against? Are you only running against one person, or?
No, his name is Jim Boyd. He's 42 years old, and he owns the greenhouse out in the country.
Yep, I've been there actually. Yeah. So what issues would the students be interested in?
Some of the issues, one of the issues that I most hear of are probably the issues with the police here in Whitewater. And I've actually taken steps to kind of remedy that situation. I've done a police ride-along, which if you ever get a chance to do one, and it actually is open to anybody who wants to. Anybody who wants to just come along for a night. It is the most interesting experience. You get to see everything from, booking somebody and breathalyzer and just everything, people being put in shackles. It's a very interesting experience. But I also talked a lot with the police, and I think that I could really mediate between the police and the students. Parking's another issue. Parking is just horrible.
As we all know.
As everybody knows. I know a lot of people, I don't know how many of you park on the streets. Do a lot of you park on the streets? Kind of give me a...
Every day.
Well, starting tonight, you can start parking on the street without getting a ticket.
24 hours?
24 hours. You can start parking on the streets again. But Quite honestly, I think that should be open, more so during the winter because we've had, really mild winters and there's really no reason. Every morning I drive to campus, there's parking tickets just lined up on
Yeah.
every window, and they make a great deal of money off that.
Well, they
so.
should do something like Madison, where it's only if they declare no emergency do you need to get your cars off the street.
I agree.
I think that's a good idea. So, do you have like a campaign staff? I mean, how do you run an election?
I do have a campaign staff. It's about 10 people. A couple students are on it. Some of the people that I work with at the bank that I work at. And basically we just try to get out the word, and we're trying to get people to help us, join us, and pledge to vote. That's the gist of it.
So, can students vote? Like, I'm not a resident here officially. Does that mean like I can't vote here in Whitewater, or?
Anybody who resides in Whitewater, even if it's like 3 months out of the year, can vote. If this is where you're living right now, and the election is April 6th, you can vote. Even if you live in the dorms, an apartment, anything, you can vote for this election. All you need to do is take a piece of your mail, anything from like a student bill to a credit card, a statement, anything, down to the polls with the driver's license, and they'll register you to vote here in Whitewater.
Well, that's pretty
It's pretty
cool.
easy.
So, how long are the terms here?
It's a 2-year term, and it alternates with other positions on the council.
So, do you get big bucks for doing this?
No, it's peanuts, but it's
Compared to Rwanda money, maybe.
but it's fun. I enjoy it, and I really just think the students need somebody desperately because there's a lot of issues that are going to come up soon that that if the students don't get representative, they're going to get bit by them. So
Yeah. So, when are the elections being held?
next Tuesday, April 6th, the polls are open from 7 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night.
And where are the polls?
The polls, it's at the old Armory, which is a block down from the Lamb Chi Alpha House in that area.
So, how did you exactly, like, what made you want to run? I mean, your background in this, or?
Well, my end goal is to, eventually maybe run for governor of Wisconsin or do something, really high up. But at this time in my life, I think it's a good step. I'm going to grad school. It all kind of makes sense. Plus,
So you're just working your way up the ranks,
yeah,
basically.
I'm just working my way up the ladder, and hopefully it'll take me somewhere someday.
So what would be the next logical step for you?
The next logical step would be for me to win.
Well, we're
guys
assuming
both-
you're winning. We're assuming you're winning. After your election.
After that, I'm going to finish graduate school and maybe in about 4 to 6 years run for the state assembly.
Well, that's
Hopefully
pretty
in
cool.
this district.
Well, everybody, go vote for Paula Wilson. It's Tuesday,
April 6th.
April 6th. And